Hi, I'm Rachel. Are you trying to improve your English skills? Have you felt confused when you try to speak or listening to someone else in English language? Stay until the end of the video and you will learn some tips that will surely work. The first skill is listening. Listening. Have you ever had to ask someone to repeat something you couldn't understand? Whether it's because they are talking too fast or they have an unfamiliar accent or they are using slang words that you don't recognize. It can be hard to really hear what people are saying, right? Listening requires us to use our ears and our brains to comprehend language as it's being spoken to us. And I will tell you some tips that will help you. First tip is face the speaker and maintain eye contact. Eye contact is considered a basic ingredient of effective communication. That means communication pulls you together and so you make the other person feel comfortable. The second tip is be attentive but relaxed. The next tip is listen to music or podcast in English. And the last tip is watch without subtitles. Now, I know what you're thinking. Watching a video without subtitles is hard work, right? But it can be a great way of practicing your listen. Every time you sit down to watch a movie, turn off the subtitles for the first minute, write down and do a quick summary of what you hear. Just a summary, not everywhere. Repeat this step if you want to. After all, there are no subtitles in real life. The second skill is speaking. Okay, speaking requires us to use our vocal tract and our brains to correctly produce language through sound. It's the second of two natural language skills. The first tip for the speaking is thinking English. If you're already thinking English, it takes less time to produce or respond in everyday conversations. No translation needed. The second one is using apps. And finally, record your voice. We know most people dislike hearing their voice recorded, but it's actually an extremely beneficial way to improve your speaking. Hearing yourself on tape shows you things you might not realize. The third skill is reading. It requires us to use our eyes and our brains to comprehend the writing equivalent of spoken language. It's one of the two artificial language skills. And the first tip for reading is reading portion. Shorter segments will help you retain information. It can also help you to build confidence in understand a complex subject. The second tip is start choosing a word today. This is a fun way to start expanding your vocabulary. And the last one is read a local newspapers and magazine. And finally, we have writing. It requires us to use our hands and our brains to produce the writing symbols that represent our spoken language. Along with the reading, it's one of the two artificial language skills. The first tip for writing is keep a diary in English. You don't need to write elaborate sentences. You can keep it as simple as you want. The second is read, and some more. We learn best by examples, and gaining writing skills is no exception for this rule. And the last one is try not to use any complicated long words in your writing. They often confuse the reading and make you then disinterest and what you have to say. Keep your sentences short, never overuse filler words like very, really, just, etc. And that's all. Thank you.